So today I'm just going to give you a little tutorial about how to do the basic sort of cuts and bruises and holes and blood that I've got going on today. Yeah, hopefully it's helpful, and this is how we do it. Right, to start with, I've got foundation and concealer on, and then I'm going to start firstly with my eyes, and I'm just using a MAC Omega colour. It's sort of like sort of a nude brown colour. I'm just going to put this on all over my. So I put it all over my eyes, basically right up to my brow bone and underneath. Then just using a black eyeshadow, I'm using MAC Carbon. I'm just going to go over the brown just on my eyelid there, sort of blend it out into the brown. Right, so now I've put the black on, I'm just going to sort of outline it with the reddy browny colour. I'm going to probably use that one and mix it with a dark brown that's down here somewhere. Right, so I used the browny reddy colour to blend it out a bit, and then at this stage you could either choose to leave it and then maybe add a red lip and some eyebrows to make it into sort of a sexy vampire look or something, but I'm going to do a couple of cuts and bruises and show you how to do that. And then just using a red lip liner, I'm just going to put on my face where I want some cuts. Obviously it looks a bit stupid at the moment, but I've sort of just mapped out where I want my bruises. And then what I'm going to do is put some spirit gum just over the area that I want. You can get this off eBay, really cheap. It just sort of stops the wax sticking to your face so much. And then to make the actual skin flaps, I'm using Ben NYE Scar Wax in my sort of skin colour. And then just using the end of the tweezers, just sort of dig some out. Because it gets quite hot and sticky quite easily. And then once you scoop some out, if you just roll it in between your hands into a sausage, and I'm going to split it in half, and then put it around the area. Just make sure the spirit gum's a bit tacky before you apply it, so it will stay on better. And then using the tweezers, the end of the tweezers, I'm just going to spread it out. Right, so I spread it out using the back of the tweezers, and then using this liquid latex, I'm not sure how you pronounce the name, but I just put that all over it so it sort of hardens it and makes it stick to your skin easier. And now that it's made it hard, using the end of my tweezers, I'm just going to sort of cut into it so then I can tear away to make it look like skin. Right, so I finished pulling it out, and then I've just filled it in red to help you see a little bit better because my light's rubbish. If you can just see that it kind of looks like skin flaps now, and they're quite solid because I've just put more latex over them. Then I'm just going to do the same to that one, and then we'll make it look like they're bruised. Right, whilst that one dries, I'm going to fill this one in, and then what I'm just going to do is using a red eyeshadow and just sort of fill in the gaps where you're going to want the blood, and then in the areas, just to give it a bit more depth, I'm just going to use a black eyeshadow so it looks a little bit more like a cut and not just a red line on your face. Right, then using a sort of soft fluffy brush, we're going to be using the lime colour there, a little bit of yellow, some red and the purples to make our bruises. And then using the purples first, I'm just going to sort of outline where my cut actually is. Also, if the scar wax isn't quite the same colour as your skin, you can put foundation over it beforehand. I mean, put it on after. Right, so I put some purple bruising on, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of red where the areas might be a bit sore or something like that, I don't really know. I just kind of guess when I put bruises on. In these sort of areas where it's quite dark now, I'm just going to put a lime colour. Sometimes when you've had bruises for a little while, they do go a bit yellowy or browny or something like that. It's just so it doesn't look too fake, in a sense. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the same to this one. I'm going to fill it in with some red and then put some black and sort of the areas of it and give it a bit of bruising. So I've added bruises to where the sort of bone areas of my face are, and I've added some down to my lip, so when we put blood there it'll make it look a bit more realistic. I'm just going to fill in the scars now with the same make as a scar wax. It's Ben NYE Fresh Scab. Kind of looks a little bit like jam. Then I'm just, again, using my tweezers, I'm just going to scoop some of that out. So I've got that. Put it on my finger and then just fill it into the gap. As you can see, it looks pretty realistic. It's really good stuff. I like this. Right, to make it look a bit more realistic, I'm just going to rub it onto some of the skin flaps so it doesn't look like it's just sitting there. Also, what would be really cool is if you've got some fake blood, stuff that you can drip. That normally looks quite good as well if you put that over the top. This was just from eBay, I think it was about £1. Just wait till it runs. And then sometimes if you squeeze it on enough, it actually drips naturally to where you see this dripping. It depends how gory or realistic you want it to look. Right, then I'm just going to do the same to my hair. This one you can just use your finger in because it's big enough. The light isn't really doing these any much justice, but they do look quite gory. Then if you did want to carry them on, you could do cuts on your nose, nosebleeds, stuff around your mouth, do whatever. But I'm just going to add a red lip, and just using the lip liner that I used at the beginning, just to outline my lips. Filled in my lips with just a normal red lipstick and then went over the top with a black one. If you don't have a black lipstick, you can just use a black eyeshadow, it works just as well. And then I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows, put on some false lashes, and then if I were to have some fake vampire teeth, I'd put them in, or something along those lines. Right, so that's basically it, just a little tutorial to show you how to do a couple of cuts and bruises. Yeah, like I said, if I were to wear this for Halloween, I'd just add some teeth and some blood down there or something like this. I hope it's helpful. I know I'm not that good at explaining things, but hopefully you get the gist. If you've got any questions, just message me, it's fine. Obviously, this is my YouTube channel. I've started up a blog as well if any of you are interested. It's louisehallmakeup.blogspot.com and it's all one word. Obviously my Tumblr is $20.tumblr.com, and then I've got my Facebook page, and I'll leave all the description of the makeup that I've used and all the links to my pages in the little thing that you get underneath. Yeah, so I hope this is helpful. Yeah, thanks for watching, I guess.